In today's video, I'm going to show you two different ways in order to use your phone as a webcam so that you can do this and hook your phone up to any computer you're using, whether that's a Windows, Linux, or Mac computer. Really quick, if you like this kind of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe down below. It really helps the channel. And if you have any other suggestions for what you guys want to see next, make sure you let me know as well. Let's get back to the video. So in order to do this on Windows computer, you're going to need three different things. The first two should come pre-downloaded with Windows 11, which are Phone Link and Cross-Device Experience Host. And then the second thing is on your Android device itself, which is your Link to Windows app that you can find in the App Store. Now, once you have Phone Link downloaded and open, you can click on the device you have. So you can use this for Android or iPhone. I'm going to show you another app that you can certainly use on your Windows computer. But if you have an iPhone, you can certainly connect this to a Windows computer as well. So I'm going to click on Android. It's going to scan my QR code. All I have to do is scan it, and it will set up your phone with your computer. You're going to have to get your computer to give you a bunch of permissions and everything like that. And it'll say all set. You can continue. And then it'll say, welcome to Phone Link. And you'll know it works when you click get started, and you'll see your messages, calls, and photos up here. But you will also see your phone, you'll see your battery percentage, you'll see that it's connected, all of those kinds of things. I can open my settings on my mobile app and let in even more permissions if you haven't already. And as soon as you do that, you'll have your messages, calls, and photos. Now what you're going to want to do is click on Add Device in your Windows settings, and you're going to want to add your phone as a Bluetooth device. Click on Add Mobile Device. When you do that, it should open up Phone Link again. If it's not already open, you're going to sign into your account, and your mobile device should automatically be popped in. Now, what you're going to want to see is this first line that says Use as a Connected Camera, and click on. You can allow permission so that you can actually use the camera. You'll be all set and ready to go. So now what you're going to want to do is actually open up your streaming device. So it can be OBS, it can be your camera app, but if you're using this for a webcam, it's probably going to be something like a streaming software. So I'm using OBS. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the plus button, go to video capture device, and I can type in phone, camera. And what should happen is if you gave all the permissions from your phone to your computer, is you'll see Pixel 9a. And when you do that, even if your phone is locked, it'll come up with a notification. But when you click on it, what you should see is this tab come open. And what you're going to do is click on the tab on your computer, tap it to give access to your computer itself, and now your phone is connected to your computer. Now what I'm going to show you is if you have a Linux or Mac computer, I'm going to show you an app that you can download that you can use on any device that I actually use mostly when I am creating. That app is called Prism Live Studio. Now I already have Prism downloaded, but what you're going to want to do is click on Windows and download it. And you're also going to want to download an identical version on your phone as well. Now, Prism is definitely a lot easier to use, and there's more effects and everything else. The only difference is that your phone will not be connected with your messages and all that. So if you have a Windows computer and an Android, Phone Link might be the best for you because it combines everything into one. Now, once you have Prism Lens downloaded, you're going to have to create an account, and you can log into the same account on your phone. Once you do that, you're going to have these options. You're going to have your webcam if you actually have one, but the whole reason for this is if you don't have a webcam, or if your phone camera is even better than your webcam, or you want to move it around. So what you're going to want to do is go to Connect Prism Mobile. And what this will do is this will allow you to use your phone. Once you're on the Prism app, you're going to want to click on Connect. You're going to scan the QR code, and it is going to give you options where you can record your camera or your screen or connect to VTuber. So when I click on camera, just like that, now you have your other camera. So now what you're going to want to do is go back into OBS. Again, click on the plus button and video capture device. And now I can type in Prism, because that is the app. And again, my regular webcam is going to come up. My Windows camera is going to come up, but so is Prism Lens 1, 2, and 3. Now I set up the camera for Prism Lens 1, and when I click on that, this is what you're going to see. Now, it does have the copyright logo on it, like the watermark. So what you can do is you can either just crop it out just like that, or you can hold Alt on your keyboard, scroll up until you don't see the watermark anymore, and then increase your camera as you see fit. What's cool about Prism, though, is you can actually go into the Prism app and change settings from there. So let's say I'm on the Prism app and I want to change the background. I can come over here and I can change my background. It's not great, but it's doable. So I can change the blur of the background. I can come over here and then I have face retouch things and things along those lines, where if I turn it on, it'll actually change the shape of my face. You can also come over here, change the way your face looks and things along those lines. So you can do a lot with Prism so that you can actually modify your camera as you go. You can retouch the color. So if you wanted better color filter, you can do it that way as well. Right, so there's a lot that you can do on Windows. You can use it on your Mac. You'll just have to log into the same account, obviously, and that's about it. And whatever changes you make on there are going to be done to your OBS. That's about it for me. Let me know if this works for you, or if you need me to troubleshoot things down in the comments below. Let me know if you want a tutorial of other tech-related items that I can help you with down in the comments below as well. If you like this kind of content, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But other than that, I'll catch you next time. Boop.